Hey guys, Omni here. We're about to dive into episode 3 of Young Justice Season 4. Things are going not so great on Mars right now, as there are just political skirmishes on every front. Mistrust, misinformation, and fear just all over the place with everything that's been going on. And seemingly the Legion of Superheroes showing up. I don't know. Like, I saw those rings, and I know I mentioned that in the previous video a couple times. Like, I thought that it was somehow the light was back into play. Because that was immediately where my mind went. But then we got a closer look at it in the later part of last episode, and I was like, wait a second, that actually looks like the Legion rings. Because the first couple times I wasn't paying attention to it. I just saw the L. But yeah, definitely they're Legion of Heroes, Legion of Superheroes from the future. So I'm like, what's going on, man? What the hell's going on Mars? So I'm not going to spend too long talking about the episode, so we're going to go ahead and dive into this one. Guys, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, check it out over Patreon, or become a member here on the channel. It gives you access to that as well. It's just one of the ways you can support the channel. Another way is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing the videos, giving it that engagement. Really helps them out here on the channel. But that all down that way, let's go ahead and dive into this episode. Cobra? Oh!
Seems that cosmic staff does everything but watch your bum.
Crush that magic just in the nick of time. Score another win for the Outsiders. Hey, when are the comms with Earth gonna be reestablished? I need to check in with my Outsiders.
We've talked about this. Cassie's got the Outsiders covered, right?
Right. Of course she does.
It's a lot, so we could use a hand or a brain.
Guard, did you get any sleep last night?
Yeah, enough. I'm fine.
That doesn't seem good.
No concern, my green butt. Someone nearly murdered you yesterday.
Do you think it's because this someone learned you are investigating my father's death?
Well, duh.
It's possible. We've been going through the intel you gave us on Kingston murder.
Cannot be sure. Psychic information travels quickly. That's how I learned about the incident at the river.
You mean the attempted murder?
Guard, chill.
We found evidence of twin burn marks, a match to the 2 points of impact that caused the Zeta Tube explosion. I also briefly sensed a psychic presence near the river that I couldn't locate. Please allow me to introduce you to Sorcerer Priestess Syrah Smith.
Yes, we have met before. Connor, I am impressed with your investigative skills.
Your sister and I need to steal you away to begin our sacred ritual of building the ceremonial canopy.
Oh, joy. Since both our groups will need transportation, let's step outside.
Whoa, Bioship found a friend.
Not a friend. Is her offspring.
Double whoa. Who's the daddy?
Kinda her whole tribe. But her species doesn't really procreate the way we do. Baby has all of Bioship's memories, but she's a whole new girl.
The crime scene memories you shared with us are very helpful. And we appreciate you revisiting what must be a painful scene.
I'm tasting a lot of different Martians.
What color Martians? Shen, Brun, Bladen?
All you Martians basically taste the same, and yet you're all different. Fancy that.
Whoa, it's something else, something familiar. I just can't place it. I think we've learned all we can here.
I hope you will permit me to express my gratitude for your efforts. I was thinking, perhaps I could join you in building the sacred altar for your wedding ceremony.
Oh, that's too much to ask. I understand the ritual is very taxing, and, well, we have enough.
You know, I was nearly married once. It didn't work out. The altar is an important tradition, and you don't.
Was it the Martian that went to become a sorceress, or the one we just saw that they ran into?
What is it, McGann?
It's Bioship. She's retiring. Baby will take us back to Earth so that Bioship can live out her final years here on Mars.
Aww.
We build this canopy for new unions and reunions as well.
Nightwing, take all your heroes out of my country at once.
Gar.
Can't lose another brother.
Gar!
Easy, Snapper.
What were you talking about?
What?
Just now. You were a million miles away and murmuring about...
Your Highness, Connor, Garfield, it is good to see you again.
Thanks for coming, Bars.
Bars is in the house!
Connor, Kent, we have gathered together for a trial.
Listen, before all that, we need to get Connor to the surface for some sunlight. He's got to recharge his solar cells.
That can wait, Gar.
What if someone takes a shot at us again?
See, Gar? Baby's got us covered.
You said you only joined the Order recently. Was that after your time with Prince Jem?
You invaded my mind?
No. I could see you two had a history.
Our hearts were joined. For a time, I was Karun and he was the prince.
I understand.
Garfield's Ma'alafa Ak form is unnerving to say the least.
Yeah, when Gar took that form in town, the crowd went nuts.
That sucks. Flashed him back to that event.
Did you do this with Ja'an's family when you were married?
Ja'an's entire family disowned her for marrying an A'ashen. Except for Ja'an, his time on Earth changed him for the better.
It's good to hear Ja'an learn racial tolerance. On Earth, of all places. It's not exactly something humans are known for.
He did not simply learn tolerance. That is insufficient. He learned acceptance, empathy.
You escaped the cave-in, Superboy. Now I can finally take my revenge for the secrets you kept from me!
Something is wrong.
In hell, Superboy!
Oh shit.
Garfield, stop! In his weakened state, Connor cannot survive the surface of Mars!
Ugh.
Come on, McGann. You're only doing this to please Mom and Dad.
That's not true.
Don't pretend you care about Martian religious orthodoxy. Miss Martian wouldn't be marrying Mr. Earthling.
Okay, first off, Connor identifies as half Kryptonian. Second, don't you mean Miss Shen?
I am not a racist, McGann.
We are out of sync.
No?
We must call.
Is that why Marie Morris became Emery Ja'ans? You didn't switch to Mom's name. You switched to a Garoon name.
Because I'm a realist.
Please, you've always been ashamed of me.
Look at you.
And me.
You are ashamed to even be seen as a Martian.
This is not me. Not who I am inside. And I'm done pretending I'm something I'm not. When we were kids, you saw what was happening to Makam and I, but you didn't want to risk your popularity with the Garoons. You were our big sister. You should have protected us.
I was just a kid, too.
I was a child too.
When you were a child, you would sometimes shift your skin to Garoon. It never worked, of course. But just now, when you took the form you were born to, it felt just as psychically false. This is your true form, McGann. I'm so sorry I never understood that before.
I'm getting a little misty. God damn.
Where's the sun? I can't feel him too! Connor! I'll find the sun and come back for you! No! Guard, don't run off!
Oh shit.
You will never escape me!
Man, Gar's packed some trauma up, buddy.
You gotta fight.
He's out of air. Restore his environment. I'll be back with Garfield.
Prince Jem, it's too dangerous. Let me
Seal
search.
the hatch.
I'm
If anything happens to the prince, they're gonna be in even more shit.
Brion isn't here, Garfield. He isn't real. When you turned into a Ma'alafa Ak beast during the riot, they lashed out at you with multiple brain blasts, leaving you psychically bruised. You're afraid of losing that family like you lost your mom, and Rita, and Wally. Brion was the first loss of your new family. No leader can control everything. And Brion made his own choices.
You know, I know Rita now. Thanks to...
Let me heal your mind. This is just a start. The mental and emotional trauma is still there and requires treatment, which you must seek out.
Guard! Connor! Man, for a minute, I thought I lost you too. Again, she reached out from wherever she is, and she fixed me.
Gar? I didn't do anything. I didn't even realize you were hurting.
But
What the fuck?
if you didn't fix my head, then...
Checking.
What?
I recognized the mind touch. It's the same signature I sensed at yesterday's cave-in.
So, whoever tried to kill us saved me?
Nice work, Cam. I thought we weren't supposed to intervene on anything. History books don't mention this incident one way or another. Maybe we always intervened? Garfield was hurting. I had to help. Or else, why do we do this?
I don't recognize any of them, so I don't really know what they can do.
But I'm gonna miss you, girl. Guess I'll just have to learn how to accept it. Not sure how Forger's gonna take it, though.
That's true.
Connor will be okay, Lois. I trust him and McGann and Gar to handle whatever.
Just chilling out with my feet out.
No, I miss you and Johnny too.
It's nice, like, hearing, like, how...
No,
It-
I am
it's just
not
a
on the
refresh.
watchtower just to avoid diaper duty. Well, yeah, he's taking his time potty training, but Iris said that's perfectly normal, especially for boys.
This
He
conversation.
escaped his diaper again? You found poop on the ceiling?
What?
No, Kryptonian poop does not defy gravity. But if his powers are awakening, if he's learning to hover... Wait, I heard crying. Is he crying? Is he cranky? Lois, his eyes. Are they red? Glowing red? No? Did you say no? Lois! Cyborg, I need a boom tube!
Why? Can't you just get there? It's right there. The planet's right there. You're faster than that boom tube. That was funny. I like that one. Him, like, talking to Lois about Connor and all that stuff. What I was trying to say before things got a little weird and hokey. I wouldn't say hokey. Funny. Was, I like how much, Clark's relationship with Connor has evolved from, you know, day one. You know, when he was kind of resenting the fact that he existed, and now that, like, he actually cares and has built this bond. It just, I don't know. In that moment, I was just reminded of, like, where things kind of started with them, and, like, we're at his wedding, and this going back to where he's grown this family within and without, and with Clark. I like, that was just a nice little touch there, while Clark is also dealing with his first actual child. And he's just like flipping shit. He's like, oh, wait, how did no Kryptonian poop doesn't float? Wait, is he floating? Wait, he's crying. Is his eyes glowing red? Lois, that's not a no. Ha! that was funny. So the Legion's here to prevent something, or for something huge is happening here that has the eye of the Legion. So, but they couldn't help but interfere because obviously heroes do what heroes do. So they helped Gar out. But again, like, Magan recognizes the touch, and I don't know who that is. I honestly, like, there's been a lot of things throughout this season that I have been calling to things that I just can't remember, that I feel like might have come up or did come up or should have come up in previous seasons that I just don't remember. And I'm sorry for that. Like, there's a lot of things that have happened in season 1, 2, 3 that I just don't remember. Um, and I'm trying to keep up. I don't think it's hampering my enjoyment at all. I still like the moments that we got. And we kind of get a little bit of an idea of why Gar's so stressed out, because he feels like he's failed his team with Brionne's betrayal and the murder that took place in season 3 and all that jazz as he took over being king of it's Markovia, right? And then being absent from that team, he's just stressing out. Like, what if something that happens to Brionne happens to the other team members? What if Brionne lashes out at the team? What if something happens? Like, he's just worried about it all. Plus, his relationship appears to not be in that great a place having left, and that's also something stressing him out, on top of the attempts on Magan and Superboy's life as they are there on Mars. So I guess I started to get a little bit what's going on top of the added touch that he's taken actual mental damage from that onslaught from that crowd that gathered around their home and was berating them for being this interracial couple coming back here to have their marriage and all that jazz. And then the scene with Magan and her sister, like, lashing out at each other, and how it reminded her of the conversation they had with her brother, and then how they grew up, and how she never felt right even as a Martian, which I thought that was an interesting little touch. And maybe that has something to do about the fact that she was treated the way she was as a white Martian. But yeah, they were like, no, you feel the most comfortable in this humanoid form. So that's just how she identifies, how she feels, much like how Connor identifies as half Kryptonian, which he is. He's half Kryptonian, half human, but they keep seeing and calling him a human when he's not fully as such. So it is this interesting thing about, and Gar even it's like, you all taste the same despite all of you being so different, supposedly. Because that's the whole key thing, is like, yes, they are all one species. And even as Desaad of all people pointed out, is like, there's only like one DNA strand that's different, and it's just the one that makes your color variations separate. Other than that, they are like 99.9% the exact same being, and they just flip out on all that shit. And it's just, again, it's a really good kind of commentary on real world racism. It's an interesting direction that I did not expect, and it's a very heavy direction that I did not expect right out of the gate in this show. So it's a lot to kind of take in and process, and just see where overall in the long run it's going to go and what course it's going to run. We've been focused very much so on this small little group since this season started. So I'm wondering when things kind of start to get bigger. These seasons tend to have like a chunky episode count, like 20-ish some episodes. So it'll probably be a little bit before we get into what the big plot is, and everybody else, like the Justice League and all them, who are planning on coming to Mars to help out with whatever the situation is. So it's going to become bigger than it is. But I'm just trying to figure out where things are going. I like this relationship that even the Prince is kind of brought into play with the group, how he's just really trying to help and lend a hand. I really like the Prince character. And then he's also had this relationship previously where that didn't quite work out with this priestess who's helping officiate their wedding. I don't know. Overall, it was a lot of fun. Some heavy stuff that it's dealing with, both with the mental health and with just racism in general. Like, it's just like, damn, man, I didn't expect this show to go so hard right out of the gate. But I mean, I'm enjoying it. I would like for it to pick up the pace a little bit, but like I said, it's the first 3 episodes. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but I've been enjoying it. We don't have a lot of the puzzle pieces yet to really see where things are lining up, where things are going to go. But overall, it's definitely not what I was expecting. But what do you guys think of the episode? What do you think of the first 3 episodes? Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Remember, you can also join the conversation in our Discord. Links to that and all of my socials are down in the description below. If you want to see the full-length reaction, it's on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel, it gets you access to that as well. And speaking of, I want to shout out our channel legends, Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Koryskov, Margaret Grace, Peeling Zim, Mary Bradley, and Jeffrey Hale. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Young Justice. Take care, everybody.